When you're lost in the darkness, look for the pod. Specifically, the Prestige TV podcast on the Ringer Podcast Network, where we're breaking down every new episode of HBO's The Last of Us. On Sunday nights, grab your battery and join Van Lathan and Charles Holmes for an instant reaction to the latest episode.
Then head back to the QZ on Tuesdays for a deep dive with Joanna Robinson and Mallory Rubin. From character arcs to video game adaptation choices, story themes to needle drops, we'll parse every inch of this cordyceps-coated universe. Watch out for mouth tendrils and follow along on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. All right, it's official. I think I've discovered the ultimate coupling of all time. Like any good relationship, they really balance each other out. One is super sweet, and the other, well, they can be a little nutty sometimes. It is, of course, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the perfect combination of peanut butter and chocolate. So perfect, some would call it true love. Find Reese's now at a store near you. This episode is brought to you by Visible. Maybe you've already let your New Year's resolution slip. We all have, but you can still make a 2 year's resolution with Visible. Right now, you can get a one-line wireless plan from Visible for just $20 per month for 24 months. 24 months is basically 4 bachelor seasons. That could be 4 engagements, 4 broken engagements. So many other couples we didn't see coming. It's really an eternity in Bachelor Nation. And that's unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon with no annual contracts. Switch now at Visible.com and use the code VISIBLE24. Don't miss out. Offer ends January 31st. New members only. Promotional rate with service on the Visible plan. For additional terms and network management practices, see Visible.com. Welcome to Bachelor Party. I'm Juliet Litman. We are talking about Love Island UK, Series 3, Episodes 30, 31, and 32. Callie Curry, hello.
Hello, hello.
We're going to get into these episodes, the post-Casa aftermath, but a couple of housekeeping notes, first of all. Number 1, Love Island Season 10 is coming to the United Kingdom on June 5th, which means it's coming to Hulu on June 19th. Great timing. It's all coming up us. All coming up Bachelor Party.
Also, I know we got the winter one in like January, and obviously we're going into summer, but I'm shocked that summer is happening so quickly, and I'm so happy about it. Also, when I thought about it, I was like, well, when else would they have it? Like July? It was going to come soon. Summer's, it's happening.
I can't believe it's fucking summer. Where will it be, in Mallorca or will it be in South Africa? Do you know?
I would assume Mallorca. Usually South Africa is winter Love Island.
Right, because it's warm there in the winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. This is really exciting. I can't wait. Our second season with Maya Jama. I miss Maya. Looking forward to having her again. She's a great host.
Great host. Also, if you follow her, I feel like her life is insane. Like she is always doing something.
On the go.
And she has had a lot of like really pretty dress up moments recently. And I was like, oh, is it coming back? But then I was like, oh no, they record live. So it's not. She's just had a ton of events. And then she announced it. And I was like, oh fuck, it is coming back.
It's also just been like a lot of promo and stuff too.
Yeah. Couldn't be happier. And it aligns perfectly with what we're doing. So I'm happy about it.
Thank you so much, Love Island gods. Next, a lot of people followed up with us to say who Tyla looked like and got a lot of good responses. Here are the ones that I think are the most accurate. People said Leighton Meester, which I don't like completely see. People said Joey Potter. Cecily Strong, I thought that was a really good one. I was like, yes, Cecily Strong.
I thought that was the best one.
I see it. Yes,
I thought
agree.
Cecily Strong was the best one.
And then there was one other that really resonated for me, which was Tanner Katie Nolan. And I was like, yes, she does look like Katie Nolan. I see that as well.
Wait, who's Katie Nolan?
She's like, she was on ESPN. She was on Fox Sports. She's like a internet sports person. She happens to be dating
I see
Mafee.
Katie Nolan.
Yes,
I think Katie Nolan might be the best one.
I think that's who I was thinking of. I was like, yes, that really is correct. So that hit home. So thank you everyone. We've solved this mystery. Cecily Strong and Katie Nolan. Number 3, thank you to Dave Neal for updating Reddit that Susie did not say it was me with her worst interview ever. So that's a relief. I feel better, though. I still think it would have been funny if she had said me. So that's huge.
Do we know who it was or no?
Dave said it was someone he had never heard of, so I don't know. But
Okay.
I appreciate him correcting the record. Thank you so much, Dave Neal, really protecting me here. I really appreciate it. And I think that's it. Any other housekeeping?
I have a random thing.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with anything, but just I feel like maybe our listeners would appreciate it as well. I watched the HBO Max, but I guess it goes by Max now, the Max documentary of Alabama sororities. And it's a big TikTok sensation, which is why I watched it. It was good. I don't know if you followed it at all, but of course I did on TikTok. And
I was aware of it.
Yeah, so I was interested in it. And it was good. The director told her own story, which was great. But I don't know if it really fit in with everything else that was going on.
Okay, interesting.
But it's crazy. I went to a school that is similar to Alabama.
Yeah, also an SEC school with crazy Greek life.
Yeah, another SEC school. And none of it was really...
It means more.
It really wasn't shocking to me. Like, none of it was shocking. I was like, yeah, that's how it works. But maybe if you did not go to a school like that, then it would be crazy. Because I had a group chat that was like, this is insane. And I was like, oh, is it?
Well, I'll have to watch it and we can discuss. I'm going to when I get back to America.
I will say one thing. I did not realize that sororities were just integrated in 2013.
What?
At Alabama. Yeah. I was like, huh? 2013.
That's sick. Did they have like white sororities and black sororities or only white sororities?
No, they have both.
Oh my God. That's crazy. It's like a reason to not go there. Man, that's fucked up.
I was just like, how is that even possible? Like, I had already graduated college.
I was out of college for 5 years. Yeah, that's crazy. And inappropriate and sick. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to watch that. We'll talk about it next week. Let's get into Love Island, episodes 30, 31, 32. 3 good ones. We're going to talk about all the headlines. We got to start with our faves. We love the couples, Kem and Chris, because that is a couple. But I meant Kem and Amber, and Chris and Olivia. Let's go straight to Kem and Amber. What a reversal after Casa Amor. Not only did China go home, they are now official boyfriend and girlfriend. I also loved it.
I was going to say, did you like how he did it?
Involved the phones. It really gave us some good follow up. After we talked about all the texting that they do. And I did really enjoy it.
This is how they usually, or I guess like, they still do stuff like this, but it's not as like elaborate. This is like how it's done pretty much every season until like maybe season 6 or something like that.
What do you mean? Like they use like text messages or whatever?
No, like they just go from spot to spot to spot. Like this is what everyone does.
Oh, but did Kem invent it?
I don't know. I didn't watch season 1 or 2, so I don't know if he was the first one to do it.
I'm going to assume Kem invented it. So, see, I thought that Lana and Will were like so sweet together when Will wanted to ask Jesse out. But now I know that like having a big be official. Now I know that having a big organized, like, let's make it official
totally normal
is a thing.
Yeah.
But the poem was still cute that Lana and Will did together. P.S.
I mean, didn't Marsh just ask Gab?
Yeah, I think he asked her at recoupling, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like any elaborate. Thing. Yeah.
No. So I'm going to assume Kem invented it. Until I'm proven wrong. Side note, Will and Jesse are still together. Jesse has taken Will back to Australia. They're going to meet her family in Tasmania. And he's left the farm. So I guess sheep season is over. So
also, it seems like they're
legit.
For real? Yeah.
But he's really young.
That, right?
No, he's 23. I just want everyone to remember that. It's like so crazy. He's very young. Moving on. Well, I guess anything else on Kem and Kem? I keep saying Kem and Chris because that's the one true couple. Kem and Amber?
I was going to say that I know last episode I was like, I don't remember disliking Amber and I dislike her. So like what's happening? I feel like she's coming into her own. I'm starting to like her now.
She's calming down now that she's in a couple, but she's still pretty immature. I don't know.
She's calming down, but
she's
I
not
feel
for
like,
me.
She's like having conversations with other people that are fine. Like, I feel like she's settling it.
Yeah, she wants to be part of the scene. I believe Kem gave her a haircut that she was unhappy with, which was really funny.
Also, I love how she was like, yeah, like my GBF. And he was like, what does that mean? And Liv was like, gay best friend. And this is right before he's about to ask her to be his girlfriend.
Oh my! Well, I think it's funny how Ian Sterling like makes fun of him for being from Romford, a hairdresser from Romford. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. And so I'm just like, do British people have a stigma against Romford? I have truly no idea. But I don't know. Enjoy it.
I also don't think he's a good hairdresser. Every single cut he's given to girls have been like, oh, I think he did it too short, or he did this. Like, he might be good with guys. Girls, not his specialty.
Maybe he doesn't listen. Maybe his problem is that he doesn't take what they're asking for. He just does his own thing.
Maybe.
Because Amber was like, it's too short. So, which I understand. I relate to. I've never left a haircut and been like, I love this length. I'm always like, wow, it's too short. So,
well,
I relate.
Her other haircut before, she was saying was too short, and it was down to her butt. And she was like, oh, I've never had hair this short. I was like, how long do you want your hair to be?
Hair's just, she's also very short, so
yeah,
it probably makes her look even shorter. All right, we got to talk about Chris and Liv next. I was really worried about this. Callie, I'm working up the courage. I've been working on this. I'm working up the courage to allow myself to hope that they're married. I just I still don't really think it's possible because of a lot of different reasons, but I just why am I so obsessed with them? I love them. They're like one of my favorite reality TV couples ever.
I was thinking about you during episode 31, and I was like, Juliet's not doing good right now. She's stressed.
Oh my God. When they have their fight, I was so stressed.
But they get back together.
I know, it's so beautiful. So he basically finds her loud and he just wants to be chilled out, and him asking her to quiet down gives her a lot of insecurity that he doesn't get her and doesn't like who she is. And he doesn't really understand why. And then Kem is very helpful and tells him to sort of do his own thing, let her do her own thing, and then talk later. And Kem really gets it. He's the little digs get to her. And because she's insecure and they eat away at her, and you need to keep that in mind. And great advice from Kem. I think Kem may have saved Liv and Chris, and I'm grateful.
Well, Kem really sat and listened to her when she was talking. And he immediately...
that's the hairdresser in him, you know? He's used to listening to the gals.
And he immediately got up and was like, okay, I need to go talk to Chris because he's not getting it.
And then that really, it penetrated for him. And then they had a beautiful conversation about how he doesn't want her to change and how she's scared. I was, and he started crying. I loved it.
I know. When he started crying, I was just like, wow, Chris is great.
I have not loved a reality person like this in a long time.
Who, just Chris or both of them together?
Both of them together, but particularly Chris. I think because Chris is just so surprising. He came in as this egocentric, I'm a polar bear. And now he's he's in two of the strongest couples, his friendship with Kem and his relationship with Olivia.
I didn't write this down, but watching these episodes, I had two thoughts of people that were perfect. Who do you think they are?
Moss, Dr. Marcel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And who else is perfect? Chris?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, he's
you
perfect.
Did? You
he's
think
so
Chris is
funny.
perfect?
Yeah,
He's
Chris
funny.
and Marcel. I was like, when Chris, first of all, I absolutely love the pole dancing challenge because I thought them dancing on the pole was really fucking funny. I thought Camilla's pole dance was hilarious, very cringy but funny. Kem's pole dance was hilarious. Mars dropped down. I mean, it was just really,
they had
really
a lot
good.
of fun with it.
Good TV. Yeah, they all were like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go all out. And I really appreciate that because I just feel like these days people are so conscious about, what they're doing. And, at this point in time, people were just like, let's have fun.
I think it's a testament to a lot of the friendships too, because they are comfortable doing that.
They felt so comfortable
with each other, and they're just looking to have fun. And that's again why this season is great. Watching
so
people
good.
being around each other is very satisfying.
I mean, Chris and Kem made out, so it's next level of comfort here.
Kem also
next
made out
level
with
of comfort.
Dom.
I know. I saw Chris's tongue come out of his mouth. I was like, oh my God.
I love what Kem
But
does.
In the pole challenge, I thought it was so funny how happy Chris got when 70% of people said that Olivia was punching.
I know.
He was so happy.
I know. Was he happy because it made him feel good about himself, or because he was glad that she was being taken down a peg, or both?
Both. Fed his ego and also knocked her down a little bit.
I think it's funny that their terms of endearment are you're a dick. No, you're a dick. You're the bigger dick. You're such a dickhead. They're constantly calling each other a dick and dickhead. And it's really like that to me is like, oh, they do get each other. They have the same humor. They have the same like
they have good bands.
Great bands, good chat, obviously really comfortable with each other.
I also love how they're arguing and Liv will always just be like, do you want to just go have sex? I'm like, that's not the solve here, Liv.
I was going to say, it's funny.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
It's funny, and I'm sure he enjoys that, but also like not a long-term problem-solving approach. So I hope in the 6 years since she's worked on it. I find Chris's haircut to be horrible, but that's one of the only things negative I can say about him.
They're also both like clearly really comfortable with their bodies since like he was just showering naked outside. She got jumped in the pool naked. I think they're even though she's worried, she's scared. They're really actually very well matched.
I think that she's probably been told that she was loud and crazy a lot in her life.
Yeah.
And so anything that any of those digs that he says that are those type of things, she doesn't like.
Yeah, plays into her existing insecurities.
And to your point, Chris could not be more comfortable with his body. There's nothing that could make him more comfortable. His party trick was showing that his dick touches the end of a glass.
He's really proud of his penis, like really proud, and wants to show it off and have everyone know.
When he did that, I was like, is this a trick? Also, I don't remember that at all. I don't remember that.
Me neither. At all. Maybe they didn't. Did they even show it? Maybe they didn't show it. That's why we don't remember it.
No, I'm saying he had one of those red Solo cups and he put it on his, And I was like, huh?
He's just, he loves his own penis and it's given him a lot of confidence. I mean, that's true. I think a lot of men who have that going for them. But the thing I don't understand is comparing himself to other guys, or is he just like, I love my dick and that's that?
I think enough women and men have told him that he has a good dick. Like women who have seen it or have sex with him, all 13 of them. And then the men in like the locker room were like, whoa.
Cam is probably really gassing him up too. I mean, like, you have a great dick, man. Anyway, I'm so happy they're reconciled. And then the other thing about Chris, and this is why both Chris and Marcel are so great, they're really good friends to the women. But when both Gabby and Montana are upset, like Chris is there to like make them feel better. And Camilla, like both, like Marcel and Chris are really good at like being friends with women. And that's also incredibly appealing. It's like you are able to see them as more than just like a romantic partner and like able to like understand when, you know, just like a friend needs support. Like it's just such a great quality.
Wait, you said
Marcin.
You said Marcin Kem or Marcin Chris?
Marcin Chris, but Kem too. But I think really Marcin Chris.
I think Kem is really good friends too.
Yeah, but I don't think he's as like Kem is just like wanting to give advice all the time, whereas I feel like Chris and Marcin are just more like to give support.
Yeah. I just love Kem, so I feel like I'd be really good friends with him. But I hear you.
I'm just dying to know which couple is still married, other than Dom and Jess. I just like last time I said Montana and Alex, and like I could still kind of see that, but I don't know.
This episode is brought to you by Visible. Maybe you've already let your New Year's resolution slip. We all have, but you can still make a 2 year's resolution with Visible. Right now, you can get a one-line wireless plan from Visible for just $20 per month for 24 months. 24 months is basically 4 bachelor seasons. That could be 4 engagements, 4 broken engagements. So many other couples we didn't see coming. It's really an eternity in Bachelor Nation. And that's unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon with no annual contracts. Switch now at Visible.com and use the code VISIBLE24. Don't miss out. Offer ends January 31st. New members only. Promotional rate with service on the Visible plan. For additional terms and network management practices, see Visible.com. This episode is brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay knows that when it comes to jewelry, authenticity is the real gem. When you see the blue check mark that says Authenticity Guarantee, it means your next piece will be carefully inspired by jewelry experts and will always be worth its weight in gold. Whether you're looking to make a statement or build the perfect everyday look, eBay is making sure you get the real deal. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that jaw-dropping piece will always arrive jaw-droppingly real. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms.
All right, we got
Montana.
Yeah, I want to talk about her.
It made me really happy. Well, Montana, she had a lot going on these 3 episodes, but Montana, I was so happy that her and Mars were voted most favorite.
She was great these episodes. She like really into Alex, and
they had sex.
I know. I really liked that we saw her talking about it and not him. I feel like this has been a really good season for like women's sex positivity without it being like 100%. Slut-shamey. It's just sort of like women doing their thing. And also the way they talked about it was really cute and just a really good way to like break some stigmas, I would say.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
It's a no for me for 20 minutes on top. That's entirely too long.
It's really long.
I would catch a Charlie horse. 20
was she on
minutes
top the whole time?
I mean, that's what they made it seem like. Yeah.
I just got on top. Everyone else was asleep.
Also, she's like, well, to be fair, Theo was there and he walked by and I was just like, hey.
Hi. She did like a wave. She's really, one thing I like about her and Alex is like, it's making her making her more confident. Like, I feel like she's really feeling herself 100%. Right now. And
I feel like we're getting the best version of Mons right now. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And everyone seems to be happy for her. He just is really quiet. Like, give me some Alex facts. Give me one.
I mean, even Ian is like, good luck having a conversation with him. Like, I don't know anything about him, but he's cute.
Yeah, he's handsome, I guess.
He gets like 0 interviews, so he has to be very boring.
So boring. I guess she just is really attracted to him.
But no, I do think that, I mean, I don't know. He might just not be comfortable or not, you know what I mean? Like, there's something there. She's really into him. I don't think it's just, I think Montana is not, like, she's a smart girl, it seems. I feel like it would have to be more than just looks for her to be in it the way that she is.
I think so, probably as well. Although I think she also just really wanted to be in a couple because she's been there for so long.
Maybe. I don't know. I think there's more to him than just the looks, and we just don't see it.
By the end of 32, well, I think by the end of 30, he is the only remaining Casa Amor person, I think.
Correct.
Craig, Nathan, Danielle, and China all sent home. Did Craig say that he has kids, by the way?
Yes.
I thought I heard him say that.
He said it multiple times, but I kept thinking it was a joke. And then at the very end, he was like, I'm going to go see my kids. And I was like, oh, he does have kids. He's not that old either. So I wonder how old they are.
Not a lot of parents on Love Island, as far as I know. So I was like really interested in that.
He's the only one I know of.
Like, could we have gotten some more? It's a huge, one of my problems with Casa Amor, it's just such a huge disadvantage. I just don't even think that people should come back into the house if they don't get coupled up, which I guess is what they do now. But like, there's no way that you can stick around. Like it's really, really hard. It was a bad time for a dumping or the way they did it as a result. There was just no drama around it. Obviously, those people were going home.
Yeah. And like, unfortunately, everyone's alliances are to the OGs or the people that have been in the house with the longest. So like, it's just never really going to go in your favor unless you found something great, which people thought that him and Cam did, but they didn't. I still think that he was truthful. I just think he's a little full on. Also, knowing he has kids, I'm like, yeah, I would pick Cam too.
That's a great point. She'd be the best mother by far, most ready.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Probably the high point of these 3 episodes on the topic of Cam was when Jamie came in and Cam and Jamie were recommending books to each other and like talking about reading.
So
and
cute.
I fucking love Jamie. He seems awesome.
He won the
weirdly commando challenge.
Attractive, but not like
not too hot.
Like
but he's a
everyday
Calvin Klein
attractive.
Model. Yeah, but he's a model. So
no. I think he's very good looking, but it's like there's a difference between like his good looking and Chris is not my type, but like Chris is good looking. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not so in your face. But I feel like if you sat down with him, you wouldn't notice it. And then like halfway through a conversation, you'd be like, wait, what? He's fucking striking.
He's like ruggedly handsome. Yeah, he looks like an actor more than a model to me. Like you could see him like playing a cowboy or something.
Yeah.
I like that he really likes Camilla and he like asked her deep questions. Not only did they talk about books, he asked her about her job. Like he actually tries to get to know her. He seems to have a lot
of interest in the job.
I know. He's awesome. That's great. I hope that works out. The way she's talking about him, she is like, her voice bothers me. I just like, find her a little bit boring at this point, but I'm happy for her. I don't dislike her, but she says TV. I'm like, all right, let's move on.
She talks really slowly. And so you're just kind of like, come on, get to the point.
Let's get it going. Get to the point.
But I really like her. And when she came back from one of those like mini dates, you could tell that she was really into him. And then when they had their one-on-one, I thought it was really cute that he was like, yeah, put in a lot of effort because I thought there was going to be a reward at the end.
That was cute. And everyone agreed he looked like a stuntman. That was a really funny challenge. I liked it, I guess. It looked like everyone was really bad at it except for Jamie.
Him. Kem was horrible.
And he won. So was Chris.
For as much as I like Mars and Camilla and Chris and Kem, I hate Johnny.
I hate Johnny. Oh my God. I hate Johnny almost as much as I love Chris. I fucking hate him. Okay, so Johnny's with Tyla. Theo comes in. He's trying to find his way. And all of the ways that Johnny talked about Theo was so off-putting. Having nothing to do with if I like Theo or not, but just the way that Johnny talked about him was such, like, it was just like rude and like immature. And and just like, even Tyla agreed. Tyla is just like not that into that. And he sucks. I like really hate him. I can't believe he stuck around this long. I also find him, because I hate his personality so much, I find him physically repulsive. Like just unbearable.
I don't like his hair.
I don't like his style. He has awful style.
Also, Theo imitated him perfectly when he walked in and was like, yeah, Johnny was like, oh. Like, what is that? He does it all the time. And it's like, I feel like Johnny, also his argument with Theo, he definitely thought that like he was like, everyone's supporting me because I'm like everything about him grosses me out. The way he talked about Theo, I agree with you, gave me ick. I'm like, you don't know him. You feel intimidated by him. And so you're trashing him for no reason.
Yeah.
No reason.
It's the opposite of how Chris played it with Mike when he came in. Once again, Chris is perfect. Johnny, learn from Chris.
By the way, I loved when Liv went on one of those little mini dates and came back. And Chris was like, oh no, I just went to sleep. Liv was like, are you joking? Are you joking? You're so fucking immature. And I'm like, no, you're immature. He's mature. He's not stressed or jealous. It's okay. Like, I understand you wanting your guy to like, feel a little bit of something, but he's handling it maturely. You can't say it's immature for him to sleep and be like, no, it's all good. I know we're good. He's confident in your relationship.
Unfortunately, her love language is fighting. And like, if there's not a fight or like a disagreement, she doesn't really like,
she doesn't feel love.
And she like needs the makeup at the end. Like she causes fights to get the affirmation that comes from making up and like seeing how they respond. I hope she can grow out of that before they get married. I'm hoping they're married. I'm just going to pretend that they are. And then in a few weeks' time, we'll Google it and find out who's actually married.
If they're married.
Yeah.
Would you watch a reality television show with just them?
Absolutely. It would be like the Newlyweds with Nick and Jessica. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey when they were first together or when they were married. I would absolutely watch it. I hope that Chris and Kem, more than I hope that they're married, I hope that Chris and Kem are still friends.
That's a good question. I don't even know the answer to that.
Well, we'll look it up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand why Olivia was like that, but yeah, she's got a lot of bullshit to work through. So I hope she can. But back to Johnny, he was just
wait. One more thing about Liv. You know how she was like, I have settled down a lot. I've calmed down a lot. I was like, what were you before?
I don't know. I bet she drank. She hasn't been like that drunk. I bet she just drank a lot, and I bet she like used alcohol and partying to avoid her feelings. And she said she didn't like ever let anyone get that close. So I guess she just she would bin a relationship. She binned it before it got too far.
Yeah.
Binned it is one of my favorite Love Islandisms in slang. I'm in Stockholm. And I went to a store today and a woman asked me like, how are you? And I was like, oh, I'm good. And she's like, why do you say you're good instead of well? And I was like, good point. It's just American slang. I don't know what to tell you.
That is a good point. I've never thought about that.
I was like, you're correct. That is not the proper usage, but that's American slang. So that's all I can tell you.
So I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. And then when I left, I was like, be well. And she thought that was really funny. So nailed it.
We got to get you on this show next.
So how do you feel about Jamie in general? I mean, not Jamie. Sorry, Theo. He's really tall. He has like the longest torso I've ever seen. I know, but his torso is just really long.
I like Theo. I think he was put into a really shitty situation. Like, everyone's coupled up. No one wants, except for Camilla, and Camilla wants Jamie. No one's really available for him. So, like, he was going to piss off people no matter what. Do I think he went about it perfectly? No. But I think maybe Alex would have handled it differently if he went about it the right way. Johnny pretending like he would have been cool with it. I was like, you were pissed before he even said a fucking word to you. So no, you still would have been pissed if he came and told you that he was going to go talk to Tyla. You would have been.
Yes. There's nothing that he could have done that would not have made Johnny mad, because Johnny is like ultimately just really insecure. And like, yeah, he clearly needs a woman to like be into him and like chasing him. Like, he only moved on from Camilla when Tyla was there, and he like
came in
like there was somewhere else for him to go. I really, really can't stand him. But like, that seems to be the consensus from people who are watching along with us and friends and whatnot. Like, there's really very, very little redeeming about him. It's kind of a credit to the editing, because like, I'm sure he says something that's not hateable, but all I'm getting from him is how much he sucks.
Also, I don't really recall, other than him sleeping, him not having a cigarette. It's crazy.
The only people who don't smoke are Alex and Montana. Money Mon. I like how she called herself Money Mon.
I don't think Theo does.
Yeah, I feel like the athletes usually
because he like walked. He like walked over there and stood up. Like, he never sat down to smoke with them. So I was like, oh, he probably doesn't smoke.
Yeah, but he basically.
Jamie, however, did sit down and start smoking right away.
But Camilla smokes, which is just so surprising as well. Smokes. So they do it together.
I'm just wondering. I know that smoking is more of a thing over there. I would like to know the statistics on this, because based on our Love Island research, it's like 90% of people.
Apparently, they still smoke. They just don't do it on camera anymore, because I guess people like in England complained, and they thought that the way that portrayed smoking made it seem cool versus like much more than sex. Which is true. It does kind of make it seem like a cool social thing to do. I don't think it seems cool, because I'm so anti-smoking, find it disgusting, the smells, the taste, no interest. But I can understand where it would be like a bad influence. So I get that.
100%. Even just watching this season alone, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I agree with you. I have no interest. But usually when I see smoking, I'm like repulsed by it. And watching this season, I'm like, it's whatever.
Yeah. I think it's just nice that they kind of like have an activity together, which is maybe an insane thing to say, but whatever.
Wish it was a different activity, but we'll take it.
We haven't talked about Gabby and Marcel at all. Gabby Gabby is upset that no one wants to take her on a date because she feels like she's less than and she's inferior. Didn't really feel bad for her, but I thought that was pretty honest. But I was just like, is she doing this for screen time? Like, is she upset that she's not getting more of it? I feel like she's not going to win Love Island? I was just kind of confused by that.
I think she was genuinely, I think she feels, first of all, most of the girls in there are tiny.
Mm-hmm. She's ripped.
And she's small, but she's not skinny. She's like in shape.
Muscular. Yeah.
Yeah. Muscular, in shape. Like, she has a butt. So I can see how she might feel insecure in this villa. And then guy after guy comes in and everyone gets chosen but her. She's the only one that hasn't been asked to go on a date. I can see how she's like, oh, am I uglier, when she's already questioning things?
But just because her couple's so solid. That's the only reason why.
I'm like, you're coupled up with with everyone's favorite boy. And I just think you guys are in a
they're
like
boyfriend girlfriend.
I just don't think anyone thinks they're going to be able to break that up.
And they're probably not, unless I don't see them breaking up.
But I understand her like feeling insecure about it all. And I loved what Mars, like, he wasn't even mad at her at all for wanting like to be picked on a date. He wanted her to feel like pretty and perfect and was like, I love everything about you. I loved how Mars handled it.
He's really, really into her. He's just a great guy.
I think he's just a good person. Yeah. I think he's into her, but I also think he's a good person.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Worst thing about Mars is that he likes Johnny.
I know, by far. We said that last time, I think, too. It makes no sense, and I honestly just like, I don't know. I don't get it. He should see through it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's the best at comforting her, but he's also not that bad. I guess when she freaked out about the picture that was found on Chris's phone, he was not. He didn't handle that so well, but she was not. That was like unjustified. It was just a picture.
I don't think he handled it well, but in the past couple of days, she's tripped about him kissing someone in a challenge. She was upset she wasn't taken on a date. Like, it's just been like thing after thing. So he was like, is this never going to stop? Are you never? And to Chris's point, which I think Chris made a good point, he was like, he's not annoyed with you. He's annoyed that he knows he hasn't done anything and you're questioning about it. Yeah. So I feel like if you're Mars and it keeps coming up and you're like, I literally acted fucking perfect, you would like, I think he's losing patience with it.
Yeah. And Chris was like, I just thought it was a good picture. He just enjoyed it. Oh God. I'm looking forward to the recoupling. I'm really curious who everyone's going to pick.
I really want
is it going to be boys or girls?
I think it's boys.
Yeah, who do you want?
I want Theo to pick Tyla, but I really don't remember anything.
I hope he does too. I really hope so. Like, fuck Johnny. Let's get Johnny out of there. And just like make him upset. And let's mix things up a little bit. So Theo's the one who is blind to one eye now because of an incident in Spain, in Ibiza or something.
In Ibiza. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy.
Champagne,
it's like really terrible.
Champagne cork hit him in the eye.
I don't remember him from the challenge. Like, I know he was on it, but I don't remember him at all.
He was on it. Gabby was on it. And the new bombshell that comes in next episode is on it.
Who is that? What's her name?
I want to say her name is Georgia.
Oh.
She's the one that...
I remember her.
With Bear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm excited to see her. She was good on the challenge. She was very additive.
Mm-hmm.
So we're through 32 episodes. We're more than halfway there. We've got like 18, I think it's like 51 or 55 or something like that. So, but that includes the recap. So we got even less. I'm like, I can't wait to watch more. Once we finish the slew of episodes, I'm like, I just want to know what happens. I think it's because I'm so invested in Chris and Liv that I'm like, I need to know so that I can look it up.
I think it's that you like enough characters that you're interested in what's going to happen next. You like Chris. You love Chris. You love Liv. You love Mars. You like Kem. Like, there's enough people Montana. That you like Montana. You like Cam. You want to know what happens.
Also, I want to be able to Google them and know what they're up to now. Like, this is like one of the hardest things I've ever done. I cannot believe it. I'm really proud of myself because I'm a compulsive Googler, so I should get a medal for not looking shit up.
I Googled. I think I told you I Googled one of them, and it's shocking. Do you want to know who I Googled?
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin anything, but I Googled Amber.
And
it's just way different than I thought.
Like what she's up to?
What she's up to, yeah. I can't explain too much, and I will after the show. But I was shocked with some of the stuff.
Okay, great. Well, I can't wait. So next week, Monday's Memorial Day, so we'll do Tuesday and Thursday next week instead. And on Tuesday, we're doing episodes 33 to 38. Can't wait. Thanks so much to our producer, Jade Whaley, for producing this. We'll see you then. Have a great holiday weekend.